In this video, I'll be explaining to you how to do factorization and what does factorization means. Let's start off with an example. If I have an expression 2 bracket x plus 9 close bracket and I ask you to expand, how would you do it? I'll use 2 multiplied by x to get 2x plus 2 multiplied by 9 to get 18. This is a process whereby I call expand. And what does factorization actually means? Factorization is actually the opposite process of expansion, whereby 2 is the common factor. Is the common factor of the two terms 2x and 18. So let's start off with an example of simple factorization. I'm going to start with the first example. If I ask you to factorize 25x plus 5. First, there are two terms over here, 25x and 5. One term has an x variable with it, and the other term is a constant term. So to find what's the common factor between these two, I'll first find out the the expression, and I'll find out what is the common factor between these two numbers, or these two terms. I'll work out with the coefficient of each term. 25 and 5, they have a common factor of 5. Next, the first term has a variable of x, whereas the second term is a constant term. So therefore, 5 would be the only common factor between these two terms. So what am I going to put within the brackets? So I'm going to do is, since 5 is my common factor, I'll use 25 divided by 5. I realize that I'll get 5x. And next, 5 divided by the next common term 5, I'll get 1. And therefore this is my answer. Second example. If I ask you to factorize 8 minus 8y. Similarly, there are two terms. So what is the common factor between 8 and 8y? So I work out with the number. Both term has a common factor of 8. So therefore I'll write here 8. Since the first term has no variable y and second term has a variable of y, these two are not common. So I will just put in a bracket, and I'll use divide by 8, I'll get 1. Divided by 8, I'll get just y. Take note, if this is negative, over here will be also negative. Example 3. Factorize 6y minus 10xy. Similarly, it has two terms. So I'll compare the coefficient of these two terms first. 6 and 10. What is the common factor? I know both of them can be divided by 2. So I'll put in 2. Next, if it has a y variable here and a y variable here, it is a something common. And I realized nothing else is in common, and therefore I'll put in the brackets. So I'm going to divide both terms over here by 2y. What do I get? I'll get 3. So I get and down here I'll get 5x. Let's do one last example. Factorize 9px minus 18qx minus 9x. Take note, now we have three terms. So with these three terms, I'm going to work out using the coefficient of the three terms, first compare them. 9, 18 and 9. What is the common factor between these three numbers? Okay, the answer should be 9. Next, let's look at the algebra or the variable, I would say. Over here there's px, qx and x. You will realize that x is the common term that all these have. So therefore it will be 9x as the common factor, and I put in the brackets. So I'm going to divide all three terms by 9x. What do I get? This I'll get p. Over here I'll get 2q, and over here I'll get 1. Hope this video will give you a better understanding on how to do factorization. For more practice, please take a look at your textbook and solve from there.